Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Teardown Lab. I received this from Steve. He says, Dr. A, might be fun for a teardown lab. And indeed it might be. Now this is not the first time I've seen one of these orb gaming things. If you look around, they do all these various items, and there's in fact a really interesting one that Andrew Dalton has given me, and it's basically Listener gaming mat, and it's terrible. So the main issue with these is that they have these retro TV games, and unfortunately, they're not as you would hope, which is the sort of rip-off NES actual ROMs, but they're their own thing. And weirdly enough, they tend to be running on some sort of really strange hardware that, you know, often it actually has more colours and things than the NES and things like that, where I kind of think it might be like a Commodore 64 core or something. But I'm not going to go into the actual games today, because you can go on YouTube and you'll find all sorts of games. I want to go more into the actual device by popping its lid, and let's have a look, see what's inside it. But we'll have a quick, you know, it's almost like an unboxing in a way. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, so basically you put in some batteries and then you plug it into your telly, just like any old regular TV game. So I'm going to do the old first impressions thing, and I think it's pretty cute. I mean, I don't know how much Steve paid for this, but it's a kind of clunky, at best, controller, but it does have some gates in there. You can feel it, so have a watch. It does move, but it sort of kind of goes in. You can see it retracting in there. Then you've got your BA start reset. You can turn it on. There's no LED, at least. Maybe there is, but I can't see it because there's no batteries in it. But it's really light, super mega light. So let's try to get the lid off. So I'm having a search around for a suitable screwdriver. So you're going to need a posi drive. It's pretty standard, isn't it? Standard fare, the old posi drives. I'm just going to pop that into the sad onion hole. But before we do, let's have a look in the old battery bay. Now, speaking of batteries, I've got LG tellies, and they have a fairly standard remote control that uses AAA batteries. However, I went online, and on eBay for £2.50 you can actually buy, believe it or not, aftermarket remote controls, and they're clones of the original. They look exactly like the original remotes in every way, and they seem to function like the original in every way. But the main difference is they actually use two AA cells instead of two AAA cells, so they're like way better in that respect. So £2.50, and I do like that all LG tellies seem to just use the same remote. Even the old ones, which have a different looking remote, still respond. So the screws are out. How do we get this out? I'm going to push on the joysticky bit in case that gives us a bit more spludge. It did spludge it out a bit, but I'm just going to, ooh, there we go. Just massage it by hand. There's going to be a couple of little wires. No, the battery contacts are coming off. You can see the battery contacts are being withdrawn. So let's give that one a little hand. Take that through. There we go. I think I can see a flash chip. And that's your memory right there. What could be fun one day is I'll get hold of something that can read that. Maybe an old pen drive. And we'll desolder it and see if we can steal the ROMs. Oh dear, it's all come a cropper. So we've got here some buttons with the little plastic caps, as you'd hope. And the little joystick just stays in there, and you can see it's just a pivot. So when you push on a direction, it kind of just pivots out. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. So when you push, how'd that work then? So when you push right, no, that's fine. So if you've got that there, if you're pushing right, this right hand side just goes up basically. Yeah. And there you go, it's just pushing on the sort of D-pad thing, which is kind of surprisingly well adhered for some reason. Okay, don't know why they've bonded that down so well. And there's not really much else here. You've got a mystery chip underneath there that's been, its die will have been fitted straight to the PCB and then a blob of resin applied. There is some sort of detritus on the board, so some maybe some solder flux or something there that's dried on there. There's your contacts. No unexpected contacts. It's just pretty much then. It doesn't say anything on the board. They're not particularly proud of it. There's no names on it. And it's for you playing at home. An S29GL064N90TF 104. And I guess that's going to be probably a NOR flash memory. It does seem to be a spare footprint here though for a capacitor, and there are electrolytic, and there are plenty of test points here. So you probably could, you know, if you wanted to, take this board out and basically use it as the heart of some other system, but in all honesty, why would you bother? I would not advise it at all. So yeah, hopefully that's interesting and your interesting retro games controller experience. So now you don't have to go and buy one. If I'm particularly bored one day, I'll film some of the games for you and we'll have a little play. As ever, thank you for watching.